由长沙雅礼中学对阵山东女子青年队的这场强对话的比赛。
那么本次赛事的比赛信号也将联合中国教育电视台 CGTN 央视频。
So this live coverage is also available in the education television CGTN, 央视频 PP Sports, the sports.cn, and other social media platform. And also CGTN will broadcast in English for this game. So for the evening of the Labor Day, just enjoy the basketball game. We have 5 minutes to the start of the game. 1 hour ago, we just finished the game to compete for the 3rd place. And for Dongguan Sports Academy has defeated the Jiyuan Middle School, and which have a very nice start of the final day of the competition. And actually for today's competition, Yali Middle School and the Shandong women's team also have very good performance. So right now we are seeing the starting lineup for the Shandong team. And this is the coach for Shandong. So the team in blue representing the Yali Middle School. And this is the coach for Yali Middle School. And so she used to be an experienced coach for over 30 years. So for the Xinhua Cup, there's also some innovation for the plan. And for each team, they have been divided into 2 groups. So in quarter 1, they will send their group A, and in quarter 2, they will send the group B. And when it comes to the section 3 and 4, and then there's no limitation for the players. And this is also a test for the coach. So for the first 2 quarters, we may see more tactics and more players in the match. Actually, for the last game, for these 2 teams are quite well matched. Also, we see some advantages and disadvantages for these 2 teams, and especially they compete intensely, especially in the inside. However, as for the outsides, there may be some differences for the tactics for these 2 teams. For Shandong, their field goal percentage is over 40%. Actually, it's quite high for the field goal percentage rate. They have hit a lot of 3-point goal, and that's why last game, Shandong gained victory over Yali Middle School. And also, they're able to take advantage of the misses and the fault from the Yali Middle School. So in the last game, we could see the gap is only like 10 points. But still, these 2 teams are quite well matched. We cannot come to a conclusion for today's final game. Because in the past, we could see Shandong have an overwhelming advantage as compared to other teams. But when it speaks to Yali, so these two teams are well matched, and also today is the final game, I believe all of them will spare no efforts to gain the victory. We want to see a very intense competition today for the Yali Middle School. I hope they could avoid those faults and misses and to learn from the previous games, to learn the lesson. And as for the defense, maybe there's some weakness for the Yali Middle School. And one team is a professional team, and for the other team is just a amateur team. So I think today's match will be very intense. Now we are seeing the starting layout for the Yali Middle School. So this time the match is taking place in Zhuzhou, so a revolutionary base. That's why we named this championship as the Spark Cup, the Xinhuo Cup. So we believe for Zhuzhou, they attach great importance to the development of the sports, especially the development of the basketball. If we look at the stadium, it is located in a very nice location. It's about to have the jump ball. Alright, the game started. And first of all, Shandong is able to control the ball, but they missed it. And actually, this is a full court press just at the beginning. Less than like 15 seconds, we could see two offenses occurred. Very intense game. They have very fast attack and also very fast defense. Number 10, this is the player who is doing the free throw. So she is a very experienced player. She used to attend the national championship for many times. Alright, Yali Middle School. I believe there is a penalty here. So for these two teams, they have to control the pace of the dribbling. We have to see there is a 1-to-1 defense. They have to pay attention to their pace. It's another dribbling foul. Very intense defense. I believe Shandong is working on the full court press. It's a tactical arrangement, and then they're trying to create an opportunity. It's quite a tricky angle. Now Shandong get another opportunity for the penalty shot. Right, she made the first one. Number 4, Zhou Jing. I believe not last time she scored about like 17. Very solid performance from Zhou Jing. So if we talk about the height of Zhou Jing, we don't think she's a very tall player, but she's very fast in the dribbling. So it depends on the personal skills of the player. Again, Zhou Jing tried to have a breakthrough, very fast dribbling, nice pass. They try to heavy defense, well, nice. Now we get like 3 points from Shandong. I believe this is actually the strength from Shandong team. If we look at the last time, the performance, I believe Yali Middle School have to pay attention to the defense, especially at the outside, because for the last game, Shandong used to score 7 3-points. Once again, number 4, Zhou Jing. She tried to cover up for her teammates. All right, and another penalty. Two penalty shots, and she missed the first one. I think at this point, maybe these players have to get used to the game, so they have to gain more shots for the penalty shots. Still, Shandong have the chance once again, the 3 points. And right now, Yan is able to get back the control of the ball. Very nice breakthrough. And for Shandong, still try to pass the ball inside of the paint. Still, we could see the defense is in place. Now they're able to regain the control of the rebounds. Another nice pass and also another nice layup. The angle of the pass is very nice. Let's see the replay of this goal. Number 10. So when he comes to the inside, they're trying to pass to her player and other members. So we think it's quite intense for the defense from the Shandong team. So for this time, for the plan of the game, so for each group of the team, so they will play 1 quarter and then they have the whole quarter to take a rest. You could see for some of the players, they're very tall. They try to pass a baseball pass, but she missed it. I believe this baseball pass is interrupted by Yali Middle School. This time we could see the defense is really working for Shandong. They have to pay attention to the clock. Trying to find the opportunity to shoot. You see there were several tall players from Yali. A 3-point, she missed it, and then she gave the rebound once again. Shandong gained the possession of the ball, very fast breakthrough. We have around like 5 minutes for the first quarter. So 7-6. She missed the 3-point. Very rapid shoot. Without hesitation, they decided to make the 3-point shoot.
外线火力是更猛一点。
确实，
So we believe Shandong team have very good advantage, especially on the outside. When they gain the possession of the ball, they're able to find out their pace and make the shoot.
还是上线找一个掩护。
再次造成犯规，
Penalty again.
是很有经验，知道这个在。
So number 6, she's also very experienced. So when she tries to move along with the dribbling, and then she caused this penalty.
10号潘虹，2+1打成了。
Try to pass into the paint. Very nice
明
shoot.
显的身体对抗，我们看一下回放。
See, we have a physical confrontation in the air.
转身再加对抗，
So she used the left hand to receive the ball,
啊，刚刚有
and then we have some intense physical confrontation,
是刚刚的这件，
and she's
让我们
able
看到她在内
to
线的这个
make
身
it.
体对抗能力。
是篮下终结的手感还是不错。
罚球不中，
Very good control of the ball.
进攻球权。
哦，这个球运
Now Yali has the opportunity to advance. Another foul.
仔细观察雅里的这个联防守的很有意思，他开始站了一个1-2-2的位置，
So I think for Yali Middle School, they have very unique zone defense strategy. So they will change their formation and line up. Requires their personal skills
这边包夹
for the defense.
还是3分。
Another 3 points.
这个球把山东女青的替补席都打炸了啊！
场边的队员也很激动，
Could see the substitutes, they're also very excited about the performance.
这边会做一个什么样的选择？自己打之后选择0度角的中投。
So Yali trying to make another
速的推进，
shot,
不等队友落位，直接
not able to
起来
do it.
球真是快啊！应该是4号周静，
Indeed, it's very fast break from Shandong.
再看一下。
So number 4, Zhou Jing. Could see
脚下快
she made a
速地
very
传球
nice pass, which gave the opportunity for her teammates to do the 3-point shot. Now is the
被
timeout.
扩大到了6分。在这个时
So
间
now
段，
you could see the gap has been extended to 6 points.
并没有给
So we believe the Shandong team have very good zone
太多的威胁。
defense.
刚刚也提到了，
And for Yali team, their defense is not working. And Shandong still have the opportunity to do the 3-point shot.
为您带来的星火杯青少年篮球精英
Dear audience, today you're
也可以通过下载
watching the live coverage of the Xinhua Cup Youth Basketball Tournament. You can also download the BSU Media application to watch more games.
我还是给到了山东女青刚才几个进攻回合的镜头。
So let's see some of the replay. One of the 3-point shot.
其实真是挺难的啊。
确实，而且我们也得说啊
I，think if you look at the angle, it's quite tricky. And also actually for Yali Middle School, they already have a very tightened up defense.
能打出更多精彩的进攻。这位前锋也是他们队的一个核心。
So right now is the penalty time.
暂停回来，先是山东队4号周静的2次罚球
Number 4, Zhou Jing, 2 times
一罚不
of
中
the free throw.
今天双方在罚
She
球
missed the first one.
哎呦，确实啊，
I think this time for the penalty shots, for both the two teams are not doing a good job.
尤其是山东队在开场之后获得了不少的罚球机会啊。
Especially for Shandong, they have a lot of opportunities
山东依
to
旧
do the
是
penalty
上半
shots.
节使用的全场盯防。
And she made the second one. And also Shandong team is adopting a strategy for the full court press.
注意对弱侧球的这个支配能力
I。think for Yali Middle School, they should try to create more opportunities, create more space for other players to receive the ball.
叶云和在上场对阵咱们山东女青。
Number 16 from Yali. Actually, last game, she scored 15.
聂云和在雅礼中学啊，
So very solid performance.
核心有着灵魂后卫这样的称号。
Actually, number 16 used to be a very excellent,
队都
excellent player in Yali Middle
这样
School.
一个外号，那说明这个后卫确实是担负起了串联起整个队伍的灵魂任务。
And some people are calling her the central guard.
对于他
So if we look at the capability of a team or the player, we see whether this player can work well with her teammates. Number 10, Pan Hong from Shandong. She missed the first free throw. We still have 4 minutes for the first quarter of the game. Now it's 13-6, and Shandong still have gained the advantage over Yali. They try to pass the ball in paint, and it is not a nice pass. Wow, this is very nice. Very good layup. Actually, the Shandong team, they also have a very fast defense. Once again, they gained possession of the ball. 3-1. Very nice. Number 10, Pan Hong. She's very good in gaining points in paint. Opportunity for Yali. And also she missed the tip in. Actually, for these two attacks, they should have scored one because there's no guards. Pan Hong going into the paint. So again, she getting the opportunity to throw the free shots. And the pass is not very good. You can see for Shandong, they are able to take advantage of the misses and the faults from the Yali Middle School. Now you could see they're trying to broaden the gap of the score. She missed the first free throw. Actually, in the first quarter, I believe Shandong had many opportunities to do the penalty shots. Right now, you could see the gap, 18-7. We have around like 2 minutes before the end of the first quarter. For Yali team, they have those tall players in the outside. This is a very nice attack. There is a miss for the defense, especially if they try to form a double team. Maybe there may be some fouls. Very nice break. Yali is already gained control of the rebounds. So they have to be patient. And for Shandong have a very nice defense, not leaving much opportunity for Yali Middle School. Now it's their front court. Let's see how they handle this opportunity from Yali. See, the coach is very anxious about the game. Maybe because this time Yali Middle School misses a lot of opportunities. It's not like they don't have the opportunity. Especially they missed 2 tip-in. If they miss those opportunities, they're not able to narrow the gap of the score. Especially if they're competing with Shandong, they have to seize every opportunity. If they're not able to gain the score, and then it will be a waste of their energy. And Shandong is able to steal the ball. And this is a foul and walking foul. So there may be a problem for the fast break. Yes, indeed. it is a walking fall.
维持得很强。
Once again, we have very intense defense from Shandong.
又是防守
So
短
Shandong is able to get the rebound.
非常轻松的一次快攻上篮。
究竟就像一个小
Very nice layup.
在前面发动快攻。
这也是山东比较喜欢的一个进攻节奏。
This is actually the pace for Shandong team for their fast break.
摆出的这套人盯人。
So we think Yali need to find a way
三分远投。
to break through. 3 points. Nice shot.
几个回合的这个平静之后，还是闷出一发三分箭。
After several rounds of competition, finally Yali is able to gain 3 points, and then the gap is about 10 points.
这一回合进攻看出来潘虹的个人进攻能力确实强。
是的，
For these several rounds of fast break, we could see Pan Hong
限制他上线这个
is very offensive,
脚步做得很出色。
而且第一步的速度非常快，
especially for her turn and also her speed.
他还投进了那么准的三分。
有里有外，一罚命中。
All right, we're going back to the penalty shot.
第二罚再次命中，分差来到11分。
So now the gap has gone to 12, 11 points.
压力还是更多想寻找一下挡拆，但是挡拆并没有带来太好的拉开空间的效果。
Yali is trying to find more opportunity, but they're not able to create the opportunity. I believe this is a foul.
压力的边线球。 山东是直接放弃防守发球人啊！
内线的防守啊，脚步跟得非常到位。
So defense in paint,
山东队给雅里的
very solid defense.
很大的压力。
我还是走左手，
So let's see this time. All right,
走一个慢3步。
思路打
the
得
3-step layup.
直接给一个篮下长传，漂亮。
我一记穿云箭，直接
This is a baseball pass, and then Shandong is able to
雅里的最后一
broaden the gap for the score.
时间，
Maybe the one last chance for Yali in quarter 1.
山东不给机会。
They try to find the cover up.
连续2次这样的
All right,
那么第一节比赛结束啊，
so now it comes to the end for the first quarter.
几次快攻和外线出色的投射
And
机会。
Shandong wins many times of the fast break and also the perimeter shots. And they're about to enter into the second quarter. So after we see the first quarter, we could see maybe Yali Middle School, they're not that experienced. So especially after they score, they're not able to go back for the defense. And there may be some fouls and also
在这个球打进之后，
some weakness in the defense for Yali.
而没有很好。
And then the Shandong team is able to gain the opportunity to organize another fast break.
错过了很多机会。
对对对，其实还是要抓住机会。
And for Yali Middle School, they are missing a lot of opportunities, especially they missed 2 times of the tipping.
出一套和第一节完全不一样的阵容。我们看一下
So in the second quarter, the lineup will be completely different as compared to the quarter 1. Maybe they also change some of the tactics.
对山东的这个人盯人啊，
For Yali Middle School, they have to think how to make a breakthrough from the 1-to-1 defense. So right now, they're not able to create some of the space to pass the ball and not have the opportunity to
3
shoot.
分出手上，
And also, they're not able to have some of the 3-point shots. So maybe they have to think about it.
喜欢去打空切球的一个球队。
It feels like Yali Middle School like to pass some of the baseball pass, but it may have some of the misses.
首先是
So in the past, when Yali is competing with the Dongguan Sports Academy, they also miss a lot of opportunities. So we believe their field goal percentage for the 3 points is not very good. So right now we could see the Group B of each team is coming up and get ready for the second quarter. And this is the Group B lineup.
我们看到刚刚发球的这个4号雅里中学的小后卫张博雅，发型啊非常有
So
个性
number 4,
球风也和发型一
a
样
guard.
飘逸灵动。
So I believe
内传内被帽
she has her own style.
直接从后面掏下来，
So this kind of event was be blocked by Shandong. So they still have this like 1-to-1 full court press. Still the same problem for Yali.
台后寻找空切机会，
边线球发到底线，再往上线给。
They're trying to find the opportunity to pass the ball into the paint. 3 points.
又是快攻机会。
Once again, the fast break from Shandong.
这球我没想到雅里留了一个人在后面后场防守。
All right, Yali is able to steal the ball. Like 3-2. The ball has been blocked by Shandong.
这个球盖得也很干净。
Very nice blocking.
那个出手点啊，一下就切下来了。
25-16，9分的分差。双方
25-16, 9 points with the gap. Let's see if Yali is able to narrow the gap in the second
干
quarter.
扰到了，回防的速度很快。
The 3 points was interfered.
大范围的转移球，再往底线走。
Try to pass the ball to outside and then going back to paint.
高举双手，
这个球不着急。
So Yali need to be patient, have to wait for their teammates. It's time for a jump ball. I believe the defense for Shandong
上就包夹。
is very intense. And when they see some people trying to break in their paint, they will do this double team formation.
的一些投篮，虽然有的命中，有的
And for the 2 quarters, for some of the goal, maybe some are in, but still for these players, they're trying to do their best in the defense.
哎呦，这个球的
Now they're trying to control the pace.
也容易被造犯规。
Another foul.
直接杀入内线。
但是最后一下有点泄劲儿了，球再次被切下来。
这一下，
So the ball has been stolen. Then the possession goes back to Shandong.
我们看到山东队这个时候也是派出了19号和13号2个人这样组成。
You see, we have number 19 and number 13. Actually, for Shandong team, they're trying to place 2 top players in paint. Still, they're not able to gain more opportunities.
再次请求暂停。
Time out.
双方这套阵容上来啊，感觉打的就没有第一套那么流畅了。
确实。
And for Group B, we could see, well, maybe there are some mistakes and some of the fouls
节
happening.
奏没有衔接起来，还是。
They're not finding the pace they're adapting
这
to.
个攻防转换的问题。
So for the first quarter, we always talk about after we complete the fast break, and the team have to go back for defense.
这一节也可能是雅里中学能把分差追上甚至反超的重要。
And for this quarter, we think it's an opportunity for Yali Middle School to catch up. Because when we come to the third and the fourth quarter, there's no limitation for the players.
3、4节比赛才真正的开始。
And then we believe for each 2 of the team will pick their best players to compete.
双方再次上场，看看暂停过后有什么样的调整。
So after the timeout, let's see what may be some of the changes for the lineup and the formation.
内线的要球，
这边内线要球要挺凶，
They try to gain points in paint.
这个翻身跳投投的
Oh, this is a very nice jump shot.
雅里这边要多注重利用弱侧的空间啊。
想掉底线，
So for Yali, have to pay attention to the outside.
但还是去掉中路。
It's a pushing foul.
16号王俊雅的犯规，
19号王俊雅也是山东队一名非常出色的内线，在
Number 19, also very excellent player in Shandong.
拿到了16+9的数据，不是很豪华，差点就是2双。
准2双的数据。
这个在上线找接应点的时候，跟主角移动，也缺乏走步。
So for Yali, once again they have a walking foul.
你看雅礼中学主教练彭丽君啊，有点懊恼。
So for the coach of Yali, you could see she feels like she's getting angry.
给到内线2个内线想去做一个配合。
So when the ball passed to the paint, feels like there may be some miss of the pass.
子方这套阵容真的是打得有点乱，进攻思绪没有第一。
And for Group B, we could see for their cooperation is not as good as the first group.
传真突被帽掉，短短2秒，进攻队员和防守队员都有一套心理上的博弈啊。
这个防守非常到位。
Very nice defense.
预判，这个球把你帽掉。
在刚刚的这段时间啊，两边的进攻都有点停滞。
And just now, they do not have much of the
这个
offense.
球突入内线很轻松，
This is very nice layup.
就给罗巧梅创造出了一条康庄大道走内线。
没错。
又是吊底，
基地给内线传球，
2次进攻，
也是没能把握住
A
啊。
pass in the paint, and they try to tip
这个
in.
掩护质量不是太好。
Alright, they gain this rebound.
没有选择内传内，选择自己攻。
这是一个内线球员的。
Well, they don't have the chance.
是
And actually, it is a breakthrough from a backcourt.
阻挡犯规。
This is the blocking foul from Shandong.
看到镜头经常给到咱们彭丽君教练。
We always see the coach from Penglijun, actually the coach for Yali Middle School. She has been coaching the team for over 30 years in Yali Middle School.
主教练的咆哮。
其实像教练这种激动的情绪，对场上球员也是一种不一样的感觉。
But I believe actually the emotions of the coach may also play a role for the performance of the teams.
抢到3分线，边线球依旧给到山东女星。
Now the possession goes back to Shandong.
第2节比赛还有近半节的时间，山东队依旧保持。
We have around like 6 minutes for the second quarter, and Shandong is still leading Yali Middle School. Even though the gap has been narrow as compared to the first quarter, but we think in the second quarter, as we see the Group B is playing on the court, so maybe it is a chance for Yali Middle School to catch up with Shandong.
跑出了一个3分机会，再次给内线。
Now they have the chance to do the 3 points. Tipping. All right.
2次进攻的篮板。
没事儿，将功补过了。
Number 19 is able to control the rebound. This is a very nice steal.
4分打中啊！
4 points already for Shandong.
山东女星这个布置的其实很有特色，他们不防守发球人，就去封你。
Very nice tactical
确实啊，
arrangement for Shandong.
直接是用背对着你。
对，
Sometimes they using their back and try to do
雅
the
里同学的走步
defense.
看出雅里被逼抢2个。
Another walking foul from Yali.
对，而且心里可能
It feels like the Yali is trying to lose some of the patience.
从人缝里塞了出来。
断的也是。
Actually, the pass is very nice.
你以为我在跟你卡位要有题，其实马上后撤，然后再向前抢这个球。
是。
There is some of the tactics involved.
大家待会儿有空真的是可以观察一下山东女星这个人盯人的落位，尤其是在对手边线或者底线的时候。
Maybe later you could pay attention to the strategy from Shandong, the 1-to-1 defense. Actually, they're giving a lot of pressure to Yali Middle School.
远投3分。
is very creative actually. 3 points,
摘下了进攻篮板。
able to gain the offense rebound once again. They have the chance. Very nice.
这几个小后卫的传球都非常到位啊。
而且最后
I think for the passing of the guards, they have very accurate pass. They're trying to create the opportunity for their
现在
team members to shoot.
下打得也是很出色。
So right now we could see for these players, they're trying to regain some of their possession of the ball.
但是刚刚又是一个没能把握住机会的例子。
Another miss from Yali.
防下来，球权给回到雅礼中学。
Now the possession goes back to Yali.
快啊！第二节还剩下4分半钟，分差被
We
扩大
only have like 4.5 minutes. Now the gap of the score is about 14 points.
变得更加落后了一点。
As we just talked about, for the second quarter, we hope Yali Middle School can catch up with the Shandong. But we think the group B of Yali Middle School is not able to do it because right now we could see the gap is actually enlarging.
4篮下得分都是这个
For number 19 of Shandong,
性。
she's actually able to get a lot of score from one of her team members. It's very nice cooperation. And for Shandong team, when they're doing the fast break, we could see they're quite patient. They're trying to find the opportunity and find out the space to create opportunities for other members. And each time for their attack, they try to control within 24 seconds. And now the gap is still like 12 points. Going back to the paint, going to the corner.
双方抢的
Let's see if they're able to regain the possession.
还是山东队的王红把握住了这次机会。
Nice shot. Wang Hong from Shandong is able to get the opportunity.
上前要一个掩护，
选择直突右路，
慢3步的上篮。
Try to do a breakthrough on the right side, not able to make it.
拒绝过很多次雅礼中学的上篮。这个球还走
Now it's turn for Shandong.
变向，这球打的真
Very nice layup.
对球员来说，能打出这样的节奏真的很不容易啊。
上线是一个
I used to do a lot of points in paint. I think if she moved from the left side and change her position immediately and do the layup, it is a very nice shot, especially for forwards.
防守已经到位了啊，但是绝对是个人能力的一个体现。
高海伦娜的进球。
And for some of these players, they're quite skillful.
山东队这边啊，
And indeed, it is an intense competition.
俊雅再次
Once again, number 19.
打进得分，16分的分差了啊！
Now the gap has been enlarging to 16 points.
越来越大。
Now the pace is actually getting faster, and also we could see the score is getting bigger.
对，造成了雅里这边
Very nice defense from Wang Hong.
上线一个小拜佛晃过，
漂亮，一个急停跳投。
Now this is a very nice
还是很有关系。
jump shot.
看山东怎么去攻这个联防，还是
一
掉球。
个双人包夹内
Let's
线。
see how they break these zone defense.
还是想内传内的方式来打。
Still, they try to gain the opportunities in paint.
3号张涛有点着急了，
Number 13 from Shandong, I think she's getting impatient.
站上罚球线的机会，到这个时间段，
So Yali once again have the opportunity to do the penalty shot.
剩下还有2分钟左右的时间。
We have around like 2 minutes to the end of the second quarter. Alright, she made the first one.
两罚全中，分差迫近到11分。
Now the gap is 11 points.
他确实缩小了啊，也是比刚开始
Yes, indeed, Yali Middle School is able to narrow the gap.
几次反抢，
Shandong regained the possession of the ball. Give it to the outside.
寻找内传内的机会。再往内线
Still they try to find the number 19,
3分。
the 3 points.
再次抢到2次。
Alright, the rebound. They still have the opportunity. Alright, Yali is able to gain the ball.
先给到了走步为例。
Well, it's a walking foul from Yali.
如何去衔接接球后，以及你想
I think they still
是一个
need to do a lot of thinking. After they receive the ball, what to do next?
尤其是对于这些年轻的姑娘们来说啊，如果以后
Especially for these young girls,
小细节一定要
they want to be a professional player. They have to pay attention to all of those details.
但是山东队这段时间打的有点
Because right now, each time to possess the ball is very precious.
但是效果并不是很好。
I think this time for Shandong, they're trying to pass the ball to the 2 tall players in paint. But I think this is not working right now.
哎呦，又是走步，
Another walking foul.
靠张博雅的连续2次走步为例，
Number 4, and she actually have this walking foul for 2 times.
这个球想做上线的交叉步，确实是这个人球这个球和脚放的这个顺序没有交代好。
而且不得不说，裁判啊对于启动走步的这样吹罚也是非常严格。
We have to say for the referees, they're quite strict about the walking foul.
破坏掉。山东女星还是掉到外围，
Shandong trying to pass to the outside. Opportunity
大范围的转移球，这球给高了。
这种传球确实有点
is quite high for this baseball pass.
投了2、3个防守队员。
其实视线也有被很大的干扰到。
I believe her vision has been blocked by some of these defense players.
山东女星一直是紧防着雅砾中学在内线的要位。
And for Shandong, they're still doing this one-to-one defense to Yali Middle School.
数据上，我觉得山东女星应该是远高于雅砾。
是的，
I believe Shandong team is doing a much better job in defense as compared to Yali Middle School
确实因为山东队这
because they're able to steal some of the ball from the offense of Yali, so they're able to create more opportunities. And number 19 is actually creating a lot of pressures to Yali Middle
在内
School.
线逗留太久。
确实两边的内线也有一个明显的身材上的一个对比，会有一定的优势。
And also we see there is a difference in height for the players in paint.
给到外线，
3分球直接出手，
3 points.
盖下前场篮板，
The rebound once again.
这个球思路打得还是比较清晰的。
是的，
Very nice cooperation.
在接球的第一下很聪明，去找了一下身体对抗。
So actually she's quite smart to try to find her teammates.
这个球罚完之后，就是留给山东最后一个回合。
是的，
So soon we will have the last round of competition for the second quarter.
最后一个回合应该是要压时间打完。
Let's see the last round. I think maybe they are trying to dribble around the time.
但是这个球险些失误，
注意进攻时间，
8秒、7秒。
They have to pay attention to the attack time, like 6, 4, 3 seconds.
那么前2节比赛结束啊。
Right, this is the end of the second quarter after 2 quarters. And right now, Shandong is
那么其实看一下前2节
leading Yali Middle School, like 39 to 27. If we look at the lineup for the first quarter, we could see Shandong is focusing on the fast break. And for the second quarter, they're placing 2 tall players in paint. This is also creating a lot of pressure to the Yali Middle School. And if we look at the score, and
内
Shandong
线要位上，
is leading Yali Middle School for 2 quarters.
确实，
基本上他内线不持球，
And for Yali, they are not able to possess
中间跑开，一直在
the
外线
ball
打自己
in the paint.
于他们调
And if they're not able to gain points in paint, then maybe they have to pay more attention for the outside attack. Because we just said for the third and the fourth quarter, there's no limitation for the players. And then the coach can choose whatever players to play on the third and the fourth quarter. Maybe we think Yali Middle School need to pay more attention to the middle distance shots because they're not doing a very good job in gaining points in paint. So now we have the 12 points in difference of the score. So let's see what will happen in the third and the fourth quarter. And right now you are watching the live coverage of the Xinhuo Spark Cup Youth Basketball Tournament, and soon we will have the second half of the game. Please stay tuned.
欢迎回来，您正在收看到的依旧是由北体传媒为您带来的
Welcome back.
少年篮球。
Now you're watching the live coverage of the Xinhua Spark Cup Youth Basketball Tournament from BSU Media. You can also download the BSU Media application to watch more games. And today we have the final game, the Yali Middle School versus Shandong team. And with the first half to complete it, and the Shandong is having a 12-point advantage. So the final score is 39-27. But we still think the Yali Middle School have a lot of opportunities for the second half. So maybe they have the chance to narrow the gap of the score. So now the difference is 12 points. So the second half is about to start. We are expecting for more excellent performance of the two teams. For Shandong team, if we look at the number, for each one of the players, they are coming to the court for around like 20 minutes, around 20 minutes. So meaning that each one of the players, they have the chance to compete, meaning that for each one of the players, they're quite balanced in their skills. And each one of them have the chance to compete for the champion. So for a team, it's better that they don't have any weakness, and it will help them to organize the offense. So let's see what is the new tactics for the two teams, and what are some of the changes for the tactics. And first, the Yali is able to gain the possession of the ball, and she missed the tip-in. And it is a foul from number 10, Pan Hong of Shandong, and it is a hacking foul. So Yali need to seize the opportunity for the penalty shots. And actually, don't know why, but these two teams are not able to score the penalty shot. So still, Yali Middle School missed one of the free throw. So 1-3-1 is the new formation of Yali Middle School. So we think they have changed some of the tactics for their defense. The 3 points. They are able to gain the rebound, but still they're not able to make it. So I believe for the two teams, they are quite intense to gain the control in paint. If I count, I have 7 to 8 players in the paint area. And for Shandong and the Yali, we think these two teams, they have to pay attention to the mid-distance shoot. Especially if we have like 7 to 8 players in the paint, maybe they can pass the ball to the outside and other players can make the 3-point shoot. But still, we think there may be some changes for the defense for these two teams. And for Shandong, they're still adopting the strategy of the full court press. They still have a very intense 1-to-1 defense, very fast break. And this is another middle distance shoot from Shandong. Let's see, Shandong is still able to lead Yali with 10 points difference. Well, this is another double team formation. And for Zhongjie, you could see a very intense physical confrontation. You could see very solid personal skills for Zhou Jing. She jumped very high, very solid skill. I believe this is thanks to her hard work in the training. For all these players, they're actually quite young. They were born after 2003. You say they're actually representing the future for the national team. Even though they're very young, but still they have this kind of mindset as a professional player.
这边应该是给到一个犯规。
I believe there is a foul here.
是的，
Very nice pass.
有一个调度。
So by having this kind of pass, it will actually break down the defense of Shandong.
防守调动起来的时候，其实也就同时涉及到了一个防守的回位问题。一旦回位的速度不及时，就
When we are looking at the fast break, we always think for the opponents, they need to build up a very strong defensive line. Otherwise, they will create some fouls.
他来到11分。
Now the gap is around like 11 points. 2 versus 1.
拼抢下来，
Very nice defense. Able to steal the ball from Shandong. Now it's the turn for
再往里打，
the fast break of Yali.
内的机会，
这个时候打得有点过于复
They're
杂。
trying to pass the ball in paint.
可以投，
Able to gain the rebound. 3 points.
3分，没能命中，
Is able to gain the rebound.
拼抢确实是有点乱啊。
这还是给到雅里中学。
Now the control is going back to Yali.
1.94米的身高可以多增加在内线进攻的
So we think a very tall player, 1.94 meter, but she's not able to control the ball very well.
多尝试这种高举高打的模式啊。
再次造成犯规。
Well, Shandong makes another tip in and also causing the foul.
像你上一次就是在中央的
And
位置，
number 4, Zhou Jing from Shandong.
我们看刚刚这一粒犯规啊，这个球啊，周静是1.73米的身高，迎着
And for Zhou Jing, she's 1.73 and
将近20厘米的身高，
she's very confident because she is confronting a player with 1.9 meter.
就是不怕。
是往你身上靠，
Then also is able to create a hacking foul.
漂亮，也是很标准的那种。
Very nice shot, very steady.
内线还是被卡得很死。
连续的几个变向运球，节奏非常好，
1-to-1 defense is very solid from Shandong.
再次摘下篮板，这是身高优势。
Tip in. Because number 7 from Yali is very tall, I have this advantage to gain the
再
rebound.
次一个抢断，快速推前场，
Very nice steal from Yali.
晃一下，再次给到上线弧顶进行组织。
吊底，
Another pass. I try to pass the ball into the paint.
应该是造成阻挡犯规。
A blocking foul from Shandong.
第三节打了3分钟左右的时间啊，分差
So
还
3
是在
minutes
10分左右。
after the quarter 3 starts, but still the differences is still at around like 10 points. But still we could see some of the improvements of Yali Middle School.
雅里对于二次篮板的，虽然说二次篮板抢到了，但是
And for Yali, they're trying to pay attention to gain the possession of the ball, of the rebound.
对方这边一个不留神，山东女星再次拿下2分。
Just within seconds, Shandong is able to gain 2 points.
找一个掩护，
Try to find a cover up.
1到3分，
3 point.
跳的是真高啊！
Able to
这个球啊
gain the rebound.
条
Another 3 point. Missed it again.
长传，
Alright, it's a very long
再
pass
次造成犯规。
4号周静，可以观察
Another
到他在
foul
接到球的时候并没有
from Yali Middle School.
而是等了一下。
And you could see for Zhou Jing, after she received the ball, she is not trying to shoot immediately. She's trying to wait for the defense team to come up.
山东打球还是这个很流畅。
确实，
Not much dribbling, just pass and shoot.
两边在这个时候也都进行一些换人的调整。
Now some of the substitutions are going on for both the two teams. And Yali is trying to send number 4
确实，因为在第2节有
in the court.
走不为例这样的情况。
希望他不要因为这种小失误，让自己本身还是不错的得分能力被埋没。
打也中。
So she made 2 free throws. So right now the gap of the score is about 14 points.
还是突中路，这个球自己没拿好，被山东队抢断下来，给一个长传。
Well, the dribbling is not very good, and all right, Yali is trying to regain the possession of the ball.
翻腕了，这个球想做一个假
So this is a dribbling foul.
被吹罚了一个翻腕。
确实，我们看到在这种青少年篮球赛事中，像翻腕啊、走步啊、回场这样
So for
小的
youth
细节
competition, we could see they need to pay more attention to the details. We see a lot of for example, the walking foul. And for the referees, they are paying attention, for example, the basic skills for the players.
出现了
So for these players, they have to pay attention to all of those details to tighten up their discipline.
三分球，
Alright, now we just saw a very steady 3-point shoot from Shandong team.
觉得双丢局，只不过这次投篮者把潘虹换成李峰。
是一次
Alright, it's a 3-point from Yali.
拿到篮板，
还有机会。
Alright, they get the rebound, another 3 points.
这个球不慌不忙的投进了。
Very steady shoot.
巧梅，罗巧梅，
两边各自一个三分 ，answer ball。
罗巧梅今年也是拿到了北京大学高水平运动队的1级单招啊。
所以说球打得好，洗也
So for some of the players, they're not just very good at playing basketball, and some of them, they're very good at study. And soon for some of the players, we will
青
see
少年篮球赛事可以说是
see their performance in the CUBA.
国各地的一些青少年篮球的非常优秀的。
So this time for the Xinhua Cup, we are actually gathering all the young athletes for the competition. Maybe in the future, next time when we see them, maybe they're actually competing for professional games.
山东这个人盯人守的还是真的棒。
Very nice 1-to-1 defense from Shandong.
施伟面对挡拆也没有出现漏防的情况。
And when facing with the pick and roll, they also able to block the pass.
是用一个反手的一个小勾手把球送进。
6号王舒心
So
1m92
just now we have see a very nice hook shot.
最高的
Number 4 at 1.92 meters, very tall player from Yali.
这个球一个不留神被掏掉。
Our Yali is able to steal the ball.
缓一下节奏，
Like 3
给
to
到底角，这
2,
球有没有？
a 3-point.
位置。拼抢中还是巧梅把他放出界。这几回合下来，可以看出雅里确实有意识的在增加自己
So
外
if
线
we look at the several rounds of competition, we could see Yali is trying to focus on the outside shoot. For example, they are trying to shoot more 3-point shots, and there's not much hesitation. Because if they're able to gain more 3-point shots, and then they're able to catch up with the score.
这个时候要2分2分的打，确实打山东的内线真的是不好打，每个人轮换都
It's very difficult to have a breakthrough in the paint of Shandong.
之一，13号张涛，
Right, Shandong is having a substitution. So again, they're placing 2 tall players in paint.
在讨论球的球权。
因为确实刚刚山东队在双塔都不在的时候啊，雅里
Time
这边
out
的6号王舒心啊，在内线有很多进攻的机会。
And actually for Shandong, it is one of their tactics to place 2 tall players in paint.
是在内线上，
It will create more pressure for Yali Middle School.
应该是叫了一个暂停。
镜头也给到山东队的教练安广
So right now we're looking at the coach of Shandong.
专业篮球运动员出身，02
安广廷 used to be a professional player.
这样的工作。
So after he retired, he became the coach.
青年队也是拿到了2020年全国U17篮校杯的冠军。
So actually for Shandong team used to be a champion of the U17 University Championship back in 2020.
6号王舒心
Let's see some of the replays.
一次进攻，
Now you could see number 7 have a very strong physical strength.
球看下来，雅里这边更多还是以锋线和内线取胜。
if we look at the replay,
来得多。
the guards from Yali Middle School, they're not very good at gaining points in paint.
还是全场紧逼，往前给
Still the full court press.
绕到弧顶接球，晃一下突中路，分球。
空间创造出来，好球。
All right, they are able to create the
投
space.
篮的能力是真的强啊，
这个突分给的还是不错。
Very solid basic skills.
制造了非常好的一个投篮。
Very nice fast break.
出手非常舒服，
吊底，
晃一下再来小勾手，漂亮。
这个时候打得很巧。
Number 19 from Shandong, very nice hook shot.
小后卫王红，
They're replacing number 5.
因为像现在这个国家队
This is also a guard player.
他也是从山东队出来的，在这个王红的打法。
Actually, for right now, for some of the national team player, they used to serve the Shandong basketball team.
不少好手。
So we are looking forward to see more young talents
大学姐妹
from
花
Shandong.
同届的
And for Yali Middle School,
大学
they used to have a twin sisters
雅礼中学的
play very good
不仅是
at basketball, and also that's why in the newspaper you always see the players in Yali Middle School. They're not only good at study, but also they're very good at playing basketball.
让山东在内线拿分拿得太容易了。
If you look at these several rounds of competition, we will see the Yali is not they're having a very solid defense.
再换上
So that's why the Shandong team is able to organize this kind of fast break.
一定的限制作用，接球变得不那么舒服了。
With the substitution, and also Shandong is able to impose some of the pressure to Yali Middle School to receive
基本上都是以
the ball.
方式拿到。哎，这球险些断掉了。
Another 3-point,
这个球
very nice.
防守确实已经到位了。
I think this is quite difficult, even though the defense is well in placed,
也是自信。
very confident.
选择双人包夹，
这个时候对张涛就有点。
Once again, the double team formation,
刚刚这个球内线的拼抢非常的凶狠。
very intense competition in paint. There is a foul here. We'll have the penalty shot again.
确实，
都是很不错的内线。我们来看刚才这一球的3分。
So now we are seeing the replay for the 3 points. Very nice and tidy. She made the first
队
one.
的这3位内线在今天确实都给观众们留下了非常深刻的
For the
印象。
3 players in paint from Shandong team, they actually impress all the audience.
当然，
It's
这
number
个
39 and number 19.
没有前2位更加强。
For the Yixuan, even though she's not that strong, but she's able to seize every opportunity and to game the shot.
不断的传导球，
哦，这个球被
Trying
骂
to
掉
pass outside. Very nice blocking from Shandong.
上线的转换机会。
This is an opportunity for Shandong.
我周静这球真的快。
Very nice layup. Very fast.
看看雅里这边能不能多打一打内线。
Let's see Yali. They're able to find some of the opportunities in paint. Even though on the outside they're able to do the 3 points, but it's not that steady to gain the score.
对，而且防得很艰难，说实话，每一球。
I think it's very difficult for Yali Middle School.
啊，话音刚落，内线再次拿分。雅里如何去限制张涛，如何去限制李璇，是他们现在。
We think Yali need to find a way to block some of the key players in paint from Shandong. They have to pay attention to the offense in
一
paint.
招球都很危险。哎，这个球想
往内
给一个反调，
线吊球出现了失误，
I think this is a
沟通好啊，又是
miss.
快攻机会跳得真高啊，周静。
Once again, number 4, Zhou Jing. She jumped really high to receive the ball.
再次造成犯规。
Another foul.
两个人也在一起商量啊，也是很苦恼，我怎么防这球？对，这球救回来以后，是被给对手 守转换的机会。
这个上篮的动作是真漂亮的。
Once again, we just saw the replay for Zhou Jing, number 4 from Shandong, and she just finished a very nice layup.
就是要减少失误，里里外外要不就是4分的分差。
So for Yali Middle School, if they want to compete with a Poland like Shandong, they have to seize all the opportunity,
一定要减少失误。
and also they have to pay more attention to the defense.
山东一发力以后，现在的分差已经是来到17
In the
分了。
third quarter, now we could see this gap of the score is already 17 points. Maybe last round of offense of Yali.
通过转身过人，但是这个防
They
守
tried to organize a fast break, but the defense of Shandong is very solid.
哎呦，这个球给摘下来了啊！
Very nice blocking also end the third quarter of the game.
是17分的分差。
So I think there's not much
这个
time for Yali Middle School. Right now they have to
分差，山东队将
chase like 17 points.
第4节的比赛当中，山东队到底
After we enter into the fourth quarter, Shandong team is leading Yali for 17 points. Let's see how
我们拭目以待。
they're able to lead Yali and to see whether Yali Middle School are able to catch up with Shandong. And right now, actually, you are watching the live coverage of the Xinhua Cup Youth Basketball Tournament, sponsored by BSU Media. You could also download the BSU application to watch more games. Now the fourth quarter of the game is about to start. 17 differences in the score. Let's see what will come next for the last quarter of the game.
各节得分的单节得分的数据，可以看出在第4节的时候，
So just now we saw the scores for each quarter. So actually in quarter 3, Shandong had very amazing performance.
得分荒了。
And for Yali, you could see maybe they have to find out some of the breakthroughs.
空间压缩的太紧了，
Opportunity for Yali.
山东队的防守非常到位，给到底角
Very intense defense from Shandong.
线突，
Pass the ball to the corner.
摘下前场篮板，
Ready game the rebound.
线的给一个突分球，再次造成犯规。
A pushing foul from Yali Middle School.
其实一直很疑惑的是，雅里中学把他们最高的1.94米的杨威，一直是安排成一个
So for Yali Middle School, she has a very tall player, 1.9 meter,
在那届
but
拿球员
she's playing as a center. I'm just quite curious.
这个底线球战术可以说打得还比较成功，
So another foul.
创造了一个不错的接球空间。
那么在第4节上来啊，山东队这边还是把13号张涛留在场上，还有17号。
So number 13, Zhang Tao from Shandong was still in the court, and also the number 17.
说张涛在攻防两端的表现可以说是更加的全面一点。
For Zhang Tao, we think she has a better performance for both the offense as well as the defense, and she is able to create more pressure for Yali Middle School.
还剩一个1，现在 下连1都没有了。
都给打掉。
两罚全中，再次扩大比分。
Alright, Shandong is able to gain 2 points from the penalty shot. Zhang Tao, even though like she is a center, but she's able to go back to the backcourt for the 1-to-1 defense.
往上线体打一个高低位，但是内线有双人进行包夹啊。
Well, we are not able to see like the double team in paint, which caused a foul.
注意8秒过半场的时间啊！
哎，这个球张涛上场的速度好快，这你能看出来。
You see Zhang Tao move very fast.
我都怀疑这个
So even though she is a center, but she is very fast in the speed.
还是放弃防守发球人。又是张涛的一次抢断。
Able to steal the ball.
缓一下节奏啊，等队友都回来。
Have to control the pace. Make sure that all these players are in place.
要求给队友做挡拆。
Cover up for her teammates.
这个右手放的真难，转身。
还是张涛，
Turn and shoot.
雅里这边摘下篮板，
Yali regained the possession.
选择自己打一个转身，
这个转身靠一下想抹进来，造成了远的犯规。
这个转身的动作，他有意的去寻找一个身体。
A foul from the Shandong team.
他有一个往后撤的动作，非常聪明。
So for the Yishan, you could see like she's trying to break inside of the paint,
一个想要去借你的劲儿，但是另一个
but
就
with
不
the
让你借
physical confrontation, she's able to cause this penalty.
一罚不中。
张永辉也是在对阵河南济源的时候，12中7拿到了16分的数据。得分能力
Naturally, for this player, she's very strong in the shooting, but
没有
this time for this specific game, I'm not sure she's doing her best.
都有着非常优秀的表现。
And also for number 4, Zhang Boya from Yani Middle School also have a very excellent performance in the past. Able to steal the ball.
通过这个
Well, she missed the tip
充分
in.
的看到山东队这边的13号张涛，可以说就是内线的大杀
From
器，
this physical confrontation, you could see number 13 from Shandong.
完全顶不动。
She's very important here.
造成犯规，依旧是5号张雨薇。
Number 5, Zhang Yuwei. She missed the first one.
就没投进，还是62比43。
Now the score is 62 to 43.
分差应该是来到了18分。
Now the gap is about like 18 points.
18分的分差，不到8分钟的时间。
18 points in difference with less than 8 minutes. Not much time left for Yali Middle School.
给到底角，
防了一个24秒到10，
这个压力防的还是挺不错的，也确实山东
The defense is working.
过多的想
For this round of offense is not very good from Shandong.
这个后撤步，
后撤步的小跳投，还是没能命中。
可惜没有打中。
Trying to have a jump shot, but she missed it. Off the bound.
依旧是雅里的边线球，还是想吊内
往内
线。
线吊球，
哎，这个球，
有一个干扰，
这个球终于是利
It's a
用到
very
杨
nice
梅
layup at this time.
优势，
在内线的进攻节奏啊，
So actually fully leverage the strengths of Yang Wei.
直长攻，快人直短啊。之前一直是让杨威去投中 他一走内线就很空。
So just now we have Yang Wei to do the middle distance shoots, but it is not part of her strengths.
这个时候
Alright, Yali is able to gain the rebound.
的姑娘们也已经来到了赛场，准备参加这场。
And actually, right now, and
再次是杨威，
players from Dongguan and the Jiyuan Middle School is already here in the court because they're able to attend
出现了失位，
the award ceremony after the end of this game.
杨威的连续得分还是给球队及时止血了，没有让分差进一步的被扩大。
And actually, Yang Wei is able to gain a lot of shots.
14分。
She can stabilize the situation so that the gap will not be further enlarging.
犯规，
Another foul.
山东女青再次换上10号潘虹。
So Pan Hong is back in the
在上
court.
半场的比赛当中，也有着非常精彩的表现。
So in the first half, Pan Hong had very nice performance.
哎呦，上来就是一记急停中投，
This is a very nice jump shot.
跳步之后衔接中投，
I think it's very difficult to make that happen.
滑了一下，
走步为例，
A walking foul from Yali Middle School.
第一步，这个左脚没止住啊，
确实这种走步为例，其实也有一些运气成分在。
这球确实是滑了，这个球是滑了，想接触两个挡拆绕底线，丢出一个空间，
Again, we could see the pick and roll, create the space.
这个2+1打得硬气。
2 versus 1. Very nice.
我们看一下这个回放，直接给到内线
If。we look at the
第一
replay,
起球的时候，
and the ball is passed to paint.
1.74的身高，
Also very intense
在内线
physical confrontation.
真的很强硬。
而且我们
Very
看
tough.
王红她的身材并不是非常的强壮，
And actually, for Wang Hong, she's not that strong.
对，在这个赛场上是
Among all these players, actually, she is relatively slim.
但是通过刚刚的对抗也看出来，真的是很有劲儿啊。
But if we look at the confrontation, we believe she has a lot of strength.
他的风格就是很拼，很能抢这名球员。
确实，往内线吊球，
Trying to pass the ball to paint.
球想砸在对方球
And
员脚上，
前场1打1的
very nice pass from Shandong, 1 versus 1.
打，还是等下队友在这段时间也要进行一下
They're trying
节奏的
to
放
be
慢
patient and control the pace.
启动走步。
王红的走步，
A walking foul.
这一场确实看到了非常多这样的走步为例呀、
确实有点着急。
For this game, we see a lot of walking foul. Maybe these
换下王
young players are a little bit impatient.
也是把整支队伍啊场上5人的这个平均身高提升一点。李峰有着1.81米的身高，
哦，这个球发球之后就抢回来，
选择自己投，
长2分，李峰。
雅里摘下篮板，
So now Yali is able to gain the rebound,
球神奇失误，
but it's very dangerous. Let's see how Yali handled this
有
opportunity.
点深啊，
Obviously, she tried to
到篮板后面了。
make the shoot.
现在也是开始掌控节奏。
And the angle is quite tricky. She's not able to make it. And now we could see Shandong is trying to control the pace.
他就选择多传，
So when they're coming into the paint, they're not that panicking in making the shoot. They try to make more pass and create the space.
压制中学的球员。
比赛还有4分钟的时间，
Now we have around 4 minutes to the end of the
距
game.
离他们的冠军只差最后一步。
So I think just like 4 minutes, and then Shandong is able to beat the champion.
直接左手起球，
山东队这边明显的放缓了进攻节奏，
Now you could see Shandong is trying to slow down the pace.
因为这个时候啊，山
So each time when they possess the ball,
打稳哪
and right now they try to make sure that each one of the chance can be seized. But for Yali, it is quite the opposite.
这个时候内线拿不到 球就让上线很难去处理啊。
Let's see if Yali not able to pass the ball in paint, it's very difficult for them to score.
一个回手抢断，
This is very nice.
不错啊，罗小梅。
2 points for Yali.
3分钟的时间，16分的分差。
Have less than 3 minutes with 16 points in difference.
哎，这个底线漏掉。
因为可以看到雅里这边啊，实在是对于13号张涛的个人进攻。
See, for Yali Middle School, they're
上双人包夹。
not able to block number 13 from Shandong. They have to do the double team in order to block the offense.
雅里也可以看出来有点着急啊，这段时间一直是在个人单打。
Now Yali team is getting anxious because right now it feels like they're maybe quite confused about the tactics.
前兆很安静，几乎是没人发现，他不是突然溜过去，而是在底角等待。
And also Zhuzhou is quite skillful
然后是突然
in the movement.
雅里中学这边一罚不中。
18分，
For Yali team, just missed the first
又扩大了。
free throw.
2罚命中。
Substitution
雅里再一次
from 雅里
换上自己的小后卫4号张博雅。最后的
They're
3
trying to replace one of the guards just last 3 minutes.
不过现在山东是两边想做一个扭脚。
上线防守很密集。
这个战术其实出的是创造出了3个人的空档，两个人往外撤。
So for this tactics, they're able to create some of the space.
直接是个人能力去突破。韩红真的准啊，这个球员。罚球到现在好像。
Very accurate shot. I think she just missed maybe 1 or 2 penalty shots.
2罚全中。再次帮助山东队扩大。
She made the 2 shots.
16分的分差。
来到19分。
So now the difference of the score is 19 points.
但是这个
王舒心拿球没拿稳。
手好快啊，张涛。张涛不止
Off the bound.
做得好，而且帮助队友协防方面做得也很及时。
确实。
So for Zhang Tao, we're actually very good at defense.
底线球，
左路的突破。
这个线路找的还是挺准的。
Hacking foul.
一步往外踏，第2步又往回走一步。
雅里中学16号聂云和。
So number 16, she's able to do the penalty shot for Yali Middle School.
国中学生参加过 JRNBA 的
So in 2018 and 2019, actually she used to represent the youth team of China to compete with other countries. I think she is quite experienced
山
in
东摘下进攻篮板。
basketball. And Shandong is able to regain the rebounds.
在弧顶不断的倒球啊。
Trying to pass the ball in the outside area. 3 points.
3分远投，还有一次进攻的机
Still
会。
gain the rebound. They still have the chance.
还是同样的位置。
Again, excellent.
到现在应该是4投3中还是5投3中啊？
Think for Pan Hong, I believe among her 5 times of 3-point shots, probably she's able to make like 3 or 4.
张博雅还一记，
Zhang Boya, 3 points for Yali Middle School.
上来就是有点慢。
还是给到底角，4号周静，再往弧顶给。
To the corner,
看红这个位置，
trying to
往外溜，
pass the ball into the feint.
漂亮。
Very nice layup.
这个球打进之后，也是迫使雅里中学再次换人。
Another substitution for Yali Middle School.
这个分球很聪明。
这个球张涛在起之前就已经预料到了，
Could see the pass is very smart.
两个人也是有默契。
right, just driving to the hoop from Zhang Boya. So right now we could see she's trying to find out some of her skills, and she's playing very good in the previous games, but maybe, well, this time she's not having much chances. It lasts like 30 seconds. Probably the last round of the offense of Yali. Just less than 10 seconds of the game. 3 seconds. This is the end of the game. Congratulations to Team Shandong. So they defeated the Yali Middle School. It's 75-57. And actually, they're becoming the champion of the Spark Cup Youth Basketball Tournament for women's team. So actually, for Team Shandong, they have demonstrated a very high level of skills, very high morale of Team Shandong. Because in the group competition, they win all the 3 games, and in the final game, they're also able to defeat Yali Middle School. And also, we could see the spirit from Yali Middle School, their perseverance, and also their contribution. But it is quite normal to win and to lose. We think for this Xinhuo Cup competition will also become a very unforgettable memory for all of the teams. So later we will have the award ceremony. Maybe we could review the game just happened. I think the turning point occurred in quarter 3, because in the third quarter for the 2 teams, they're changing their key players. And also for Yali Middle School, maybe they're not very good in the defense as compared to the team Shandong. And of course, they have to learn the lessons for the offense, especially if they have some opponents in their paint, how they handle this situation. So even though for Yali Middle School, they're also very strong in their physical condition, but this time they lose. But still, once again, I would like to thank the players for both 2 teams, because we have a very perfect ending for the Spark Cup Youth Basketball Tournament for the women's team. And later we will have the award ceremony. And of course, you can download the application of BSU Media to watch more games. Just a break, and see you soon.